Hi, I'm Talia.
Hi, I'm Matthew,
and
we are the Critics.
The film we're reviewing this week is Captain America: Civil War, the latest offering from the Marvel Universe.
Yes.
Overall, I think both of us enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The first thing we'll do is compare it to the dreadful Batman versus Superman. I think this is an obvious comparison that most people would make. But this film was far superior.
Yes.
I thought it was the same length, 2.5 hours, but you didn't feel it at all. Matt will discuss the pacing later on. It was just really action-packed, good amount of character interaction and action, and it was just so much better. It just made so much more sense. It wasn't dark or boring or telling us
still serious.
Yet still
the
situation was quite great. But I don't know, it just had so much more of it was better put together.
It speaks volumes to when you give time to allow characters to develop and you give them their own movies to develop and you let them develop to the point that they need to develop to.
Where you don't, it just goes without saying. You know a whole story, a character's background just as soon as they come
as soon as they're there, you know what to think of them, you know where they've come from, you know what they're dealing with. And characters that haven't had a lot of that time didn't have a lot of screen time. Characters like Captain America and Iron Man, who had all that time put into them, got the majority of the screen time. And that's fine. And other characters, we got some development out of them. Cap and Iron Man developed a little bit in this movie, but
it was already very well established before we even started watching it. So well done, Marvel Universe.
Very well done.
To compound that, obviously, the performances were great. I mean, we've reached the stage where you can't not think of Chris Evans or Robert Downey Jr. as soon as you think of Captain America and Iron Man. And all of the cast, they own their roles now, whether it's Black Widow or Hawkeye. Spider-Man is obviously new, but I think he did well.
Worked.
It was endearing and what it was supposed to be.
We didn't hear about Uncle Ben. So nice.
No origin stories, thank goodness. And all of them own their roles, which was very impressive, and the interaction between the characters was so great.
In the midst of serious fighting, there was still quibs. Spider-Man came in with a whole lot of banter that was different and enjoyable.
And Iron Man's sarcastic comments were there the whole way through. So despite the seriousness of the situation, there was still that Marvel spark to it.
It recognized that it was dealing with comic book characters, not Hannibal Lecter. And there's a different way to treat the two, yet still having serious issues at play. And I think, you alluded to it earlier, it was just an incredibly well-paced movie. There was action from the get-go, but the action at the end never outshone the action at the beginning. It wasn't just pure action. There were some real conversations that had to happen and did happen. There were moments when it slowed down just right, but you never felt bored with it.
Necessary scenes, relevant scenes.
And you were never sitting there going, oh, can we just move on from this, or give me back to the action, which I think is very difficult, but very well pulled off here.
The choreography was amazing.
Oh my word.
It was so good, so good. Seamlessly done, like every character.
And to compare it to Batman vs Superman, a lot of people who are fans of it have said, well, we got to see our Batman vs Superman, and as much as that's true, it could have been done at this level.
We got to see Captain America versus Iron Man, and it was epic.
And we got to see Spider-Man in a movie that wasn't Sony, and we got, a lot of people say, oh, there were some really well choreographed scenes in Batman and Superman, and there were. When Batman takes on the guys near the end, that was amazingly choreographed.
But one, every
scene is amazingly well choreographed.
Seamless, it was great. Really great. The sounds, the CGI, really seamless. So Marvel did it here.
The one thing that we had a little bit of an issue with, is that I struggled to pick up what the motivation was.
It kept shifting.
Initially it was, we don't want to sign this agreement that's going to put us under some sort of statutory body. And we weren't really sure why that was going to be inherently problematic. There was no reference to the fact that Hydra, that shield was basically being controlled by Hydra, which would have been a good reason to not want to form part of the body. There were allusions to this idea that, maybe it'll be controlled badly. but it ended up just being one guy that was kind of ripping them all off, and then at that point we were no longer concerned with that.
It was more a revenge
It
plot.
was more a revenge plot, so that switched. So that wasn't particularly clear, and I think it could be a whole lot stronger. You know, if Hydra was still active and alive, or if there was somebody that was acting and pulling all the strings behind the curtains,
there
and we
was
found
no
out about that.
set villain to sort of.
I mean,
the backdrop of.
You know, it clearly became about two groups versus each other, but problematically it wasn't set up that way. The vengeance wasn't set up like that, which means you had to adopt that motivation halfway through the film, or actually nearer the end of the film.
Yeah.
And more problematic, and this leads into the other thing that we think is the problem, is the ending, in that it kind of all resolves itself. Like there's still there's still two sides, but everyone still gets along really well.
And also we were saying with Marvel, they have this projected plan of a really prolonged Avengers series of films.
Yeah.
So I mean, they shouldn't have resolved it this quickly. It would have been nice to actually end on a bad note where Captain hates Iron Man and the other way around. And Iron Man had a good motivation this time because at the end he found out that Captain America knew all of these things and hid it from him.
Yeah.
So he should have been really angry, but I don't know, it just kind of...
Yeah, you know, you would think a Civil War movie would have fans united in how much they liked the movie, but split in terms of who they supported.
Yeah, are you Team Captain America or Team Iron Man?
And, having watched it, it's like, well, it doesn't really matter who I am.
The Avengers. We're Team Avengers.
And also, we never really got to see during the movie what real effect it had operating.
On the rest of them.
Yeah, because Iron Man could still go and do whatever he wanted and not end up in prison. So there wasn't any problem that the movie highlighted by signing up to the convention. Or I can't remember what it was called.
Accords.
The Accords, yes, thank you. So, not the strongest motivation, but you were too enthralled with action, I think, to really worry too much about that. But I think its biggest problem is that it's just not a hard ending. In a way, it's similar to Batman and Superman in the ending, in that it lets
everyone just be friends at the end.
It lets everyone be friends at the end, and we know Superman's not dead. You know, it ended happily where I think it could have afforded to not end happily, and that would have been something very different from Marvel.
And made us look forward to the next film.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially in a universe that is so full, or we live in movies that are so many comics. Superhero movies. It would have been nice to be like, I really want to see how this gets resolved, and we kind of know how it is resolved now.
Another issue I found was the Nigerian king and
not
prince.
Nigerian.
They spoke Xhosa.
Yeah.
That was really surprising. I mean, any South African who watched that would immediately recognize it as Xhosa.
Yes.
But they were supposed to be Nigerian, so
No, they're not supposed to be Nigerian, but yeah, I hear you. They're Central African. They're very far away from South Africa. If you go and look on the map, South Africa's here.
Okay, Central Africa.
Yeah.
Not necessarily Nigeria.
No.
Okay, I associated it with that because the tragedy took place in Lagos. But still.
Yeah, still more.
They don't speak Xhosa
more
in
likely to be French.
Yeah. But Black Panther's story looks quite cool. I mean,
Black Panther's a really interesting character, and one that's not well known, so it will be really cool. And his story's hinted at, but not fully explained, which was also really nice.
Yeah. So should we rate it, Matt?
Yeah.
I'm giving it 1.5.
Yeah, no, I'm very much a 1.5. There wasn't any. I don't think I'm going to be talking about this for weeks on end, which would have given me 2. But really good movie.
Nice action.
Yes. Ooh, and hot people.
Yeah, muscles.
The whole day.
Okay, thank you for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed our video, please click like or subscribe to our channel. You can check out the links to our Twitter, Facebook and Instagram in the description box below. And you can see what we're up to in the next couple of weeks there. I'm Talia.
I'm Matthew.
And this has been the Critics Review of Captain America Civil War.